14. As the love of my native place stirred in me, I gathered up the scattered leaves and gave them back to him who was already hoarse. Then we came to the edge where second round is divided from the third, where a fearsome form of justice is seen. To make these new things clear, I say we reached a plain where the land repels all vegetation. The mournful wood makes a circle around it. As the ditch surrounds the wood, here we stepped close to its very rim. The ground was dry, thick sand, no different in form than that which Canto once trod. Oh, God's vengeance, how was it shown? How what was shown to my sight should be feared by all who read. I saw many groups of naked spirits who were all moaning bitterly, and there seemed to be diverse rules applied to them. Some were lying face upward on the ground, and some sat all crouched, and others roamed around continuously. Those who were moved by more numerous, and those that lay in torment fewer by uttering louder cries of pain, dilated flakes of fire, falling slowly like snow on the windless mountains, rained down over all the vast sands, like the flames that Alexander saw in the falling in the hot zones of India over all his army until they reached the ground, fires that were more easily quenched when they were separate, so that his troops took care to trample the earth like those fell this eternal heat, kindling the sand like tinder beneath flint and steel, doubling the pain. The dance of their tortured hands was never still, now here, now there, shaking off the fresh burning. I began, Master, you who overcome everything except the obdurate demons that came out against us at the gate entrance of the gate, who is that great spirit who seems indifferent to the fire and lies there scornful, contorted, so that the rain does not seem to deepen his repentance? And he himself, noting that I asked my guide about him, cried, what I was when I was living, now I am dead. Though Jupiter exhausts Vulcan, his blacksmith, from whom he took, in anger, the fierce lightning bolt that I was struck down with on my last day, and though he exhausts the others, the Cyclops, one by one, at the black forge of Etna, shouting, help, help, good Vulcan, just as he did at the battle of Phlegra between the gods and giants, and hurls his bolts at me with all his strength. He shall still not enjoy a true revenge. Then my guide spoke, with a force I had not heard before. O Capaneus, you are punished more in that your pride is not quenched. No torment would produce pain fitting for your fury except your own raving. Then he turned to me with gentler voice, saying, that was one of the 7 kings who laid siege to Thebes, and he held God, and it seems to hold him in disdain, and value him lightly. But as I told him, his spite is an ornament that fits his breast. Now follow me, and be careful not to place your feet yet on the burning sand, but always keep back close to the wood. We came in silence to the place where a little stream gushes from the wood, the redness of which still makes me shudder. Like the rivulet that runs sulphur red from the Bullacane spring near Viterbo, which the sinful women share among themselves. So this ran down over the sand. Its bed and both its sloping banks were petrified as were its nearby borders, so that I realized our way lay there. Among all other things that I should have shown you since we entered the gate through the gate, whose threshold is denied to no one, your eyes have seen nothing as noteworthy as this present stream, which quenches all the flames over it. These were my God's words, at which I begged him to grant food for which he had given me the appetite. He then said, "There is a deserted island in the middle of the sea named Crete, under whose king Saturn the world was pure. There was a mountain there called Ida, which was once gladdened with waters and vegetation, and is now abandoned like an ancient spoil heap. Rhea chose it once as the cradle of her own, trusted cradle of her son, and the better to hide him when he wept, causing loud shouts to echo from it. Inside the mountain, a great old man stands erect, with his shoulders turned towards Egyptian Demonetta. And looks over at Rome as if it were his mirror. His head is formed of pure gold, his arms and breasts are refined silver, and then he is bronze as far as down as the thighs. Downwards from there he is all choice iron, except that the right foot is baked clay, and more of his weight is on than one than the other. Every part except the gold is cleft with the fissure that sheds tears, which collect and pierce the grotto. Their course falls from rock to rock into this valley. They form Acheron, Styx, and Phlegathon. Then, by this narrow channel, go down to where there is no further fall. And form Cocytus. You will see what kind of lake that is, so I will not describe it to you here. I said to him, "If the present stream flows down like that from our world, why does it appear to us only on this bank?" And he to me, "You know the place is circular, and though you have come far almost to the left, descending to the depths, you have not yet turned through a complete round. So that if anything new appears to us, it should not bring an expression of wonder to your face." And I again, "Master, where are Phlegathon and Lethe found, since you do not speak of the latter and say that the former is created from these tears?" He replied, "You please me truly with all your questions, but the boiling red water..." Might as well answer to one of those you ask about. "You will see Lethe, but above this abyss there on the mount, where the spirits go to purify themselves when your guilt is absolved by penitence." Then he said, "Now it is time to leave the wood, so that you will follow me. The borders that are not burning form a path, and over them all the fire is quenched."